Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel for another video, another CC design contest playthrough. This time we have Cormac's Bluff by Fargo. I don't know a lot about this course. Going in blind, this is my first view of it. All I know is that we have a modern kind of Tasmanian links style course. Is what he said he's going for in the post, and he asked for the wind to be cranked up a little bit. So I've got a high wind. I was a bit scared of playing very high. But immediately off the first tee, very good looking course. Um, Absolutely looks like he's nailed that kind of Tasmanian modern link style, especially if we go out on. Looks like we've got a bit of a peninsula out here and a beach and big sprawling fairways, all interconnected. Very nice. And I will admit that I've had. This is my second attempt at filming this. I got one shot into the first try and didn't like it. But before I'd even looked up what the inspiration for this course was, first tee struck me as Tasmanian. So we have a split fairway to start the day. A tough drive down the right. We obviously want to be coming in from the right for a better angle in, but that's a tough drive. But to be fair, down the left, especially in this wind, isn't much easier. So I'm going to try and just fly it over the bunkers and let the wind push it over to the right for a better angle in. Or just push it right myself. So, not the ideal start to the round, but just try and find the green from here and hope to get out the first with a par. Planting over the green looks very good. Nice, and looks like he's got some rocks hidden in there, but not immediately obvious what he's done, which is a very good kind of approach to have. Oh, that's huge. Just about holds on the back of the green. We've got medium fast-ish greens, 165. Might put us in good stead for CC difficulty. But oh, that's not a great putt either. A tough first hole. A lot riding on that drive, I think. Make the par at least. But the planting looks very good. The whole visual appeal of the course is very strong, to be honest. Kind of almost sandbelty style bunkers, but obviously not bleeding into the surfaces so much. And good use of some of the native terrain, where the heavy rough has kind of disappeared and faded into like sandy, deserty soil. So we want to kind of challenge the bunker on the right, I guess, and maybe get onto this flat section of fairway for an angle in at the green. But it's a long par 5, so we might not be able to get home in 2 anyway. But oh, we definitely can't if we hit that shot. That is terrible. So now, well, we're going to explore the course a little bit, I guess, at least. It's just a case of advance the ball as far as we can. And a long second shot. Oh, sorry, a third shot. Just kind of hope it draws in on the wind a little bit. Not too big. Definitely a long way from an ideal start to the round. The wind getting up is going to make this a bit of a challenge. So we'll see how we fare. Good par save. And now, shorter par 4. The going for it kind of runs the gauntlet between this bunker and this waste area. In terms of layup options, if we play down to this low fairway, we've got an uphill shot to a green that then runs away from us. So it looks like we're probably just as well off going for it. And And as long as we miss that bunker, if the ball collects in down here, that's fine. We've got a chip up the hill, but a very nice looking view. Um, the planting, again, very nice, very natural looking. And nearly. This is probably about as bad as we could have missed, though. Sticking us in the rough on top of the hill. Slightly forgiving pin, perhaps, on more of a flat spot of the green. Um, Closer to this side, we're obviously running the risk of pitching on here and running all the way down the hill. But hopefully we can knock this one close. That is one of the difficulties in designing short par fours in the game. As much as you can try and ramp up the risk and reward, even missing the green, you're just going to have a pitch or a chip from fairly close that's probably easier than coming in from 50 or 100 yards. Nice looking par three. Kind of a tough pin in that we don't want to miss. Getting the wrong side of this slope is going to be awkward, but we don't want to play too far left of it either because we don't want to miss the green and have to chip down another downhill slope. That's not a great shot. A little bit pushy, a little bit slow. We found the green at least. Kind of a safe miss, but not the best look at birdie. But not the worst putt either, so roll it up and save par. Another par five, another chance to rip one downwind, playing out to the edge of this peninsula, overlooking another green in the background there. How much can I bite off? I suppose playing down this way we get potentially a better angle in. Is that kind of intended? Do we think that almost looks like it's part of another hole? And we're going to be blinded by this planting in this bank here. But we're going to get a better angle into the green. We're not really contending with this kicking our ball on down this slope so much. Especially, I imagine there might be a pin up here that we're almost certainly better off coming in from this direction. In a way, the risky drive that with the wind at our back, we could look at taking this on, but that's not the most appealing second shot. We're taking a lot of risk for not necessarily getting too much reward out of it. I think I'm struggling to keep it on the green from that angle. In real life, a blind second shot is possibly a bit of a deterrent, but this is a wide open landing area now with the wind at my back. That was a terrible swing, but the game didn't hate it too much. So, obviously aided by a very, very hefty tailwind, but I get a slightly better angle in and a chance of chasing it on the front of the green. Yeah, blind, so not necessarily the best way to play it. But I think that's about as good a result as we've got playing kind of how I imagine it was intended to be played. So not too unhappy with that. Just something to be aware of with kind of these interconnected fairways that and a tight routing, I guess. Which this looks fairly tight. A little bit of wasteland in the middle there, you can see, but there looks like most of the bit that would kind of entail the course area is used, and quite a lot of it is fairway. So yeah, something to just be aware of. Right, we have some interesting sculpting, a little bit rugged looking, a bit natural. kind of looks like, yeah, found as a decent place for a green site. Um, so I like that. We get, again, a bit of a better angle in coming over this bunker, but with the wind in our face, I'm not sure that I can really get there. So I'm going to kind of drive at this bunker and hope the wind holds me up a bit. But another lovely view. Just about carried the bunker. Tough to judge coming into the wind. We've got backstop, which might hurt us as much as help us if we pitch it on there and spin it back, especially with this wind. Not much in the way of defending the green other than the slopes. And I've still missed it. And I've left myself a horrid chip. Um, so stay. Might have we might be overshooting the nearly the intended difficulty, especially if the wind is ramped up. Be interested to know how it plays in lower winds, because there's obviously quite a lot of thought gone into the best ways to play the holes. Um, the wind is throwing a bit of a spanner in the works there. Do I carry those bunkers? Probably just about. Yeah, for a reasonably good shot at the green again. We've got a lot of these red slopes on the edge of the greens. Kind of, this has been typical, I feel, of what we've played so far. Like a slope on one side, kicking quite hard towards the green, and then a slope on the other side, feeding away. Kind of a feature, I guess, of the course. Like very. Oh, that's big again. So we're kind of trying to place a premium on accuracy, which I'm very much not coming up to scratch on so far. Decent chip though. And another kind of mid-length par four. Another one where we're asking to challenge the bunkers for not so much the line this time, more for the distance, because we're quickly running out of space if we play to the right. But we've got, as long as we fly the bunker here, we've got a lot of room for our ball to release. Nice little splash of colour in the front here as well. Kind of not in your face, not immediately obvious, but does a lot to just kind of heighten the visuals. Another push, but got away with it. And hopefully a chance to just pitch one close-ish. Not the best, not terrible. Chance for birdie, chance to get that shot back. Hey, good putt. Really impressed with the course so far. Its biggest appeal for me is definitely the visuals. This planting here, like the scrubby, wasty thing, I feel he's nailed. A tough again with the wind, longish par three, slightly uphill, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. Pin tucked back, kind of on the green is going to be a good result here. So just draw it in off that bunker. Hold just. So yeah, probably. I mean, I said on the green is a good result, so can't be too unhappy with that. Again, another lovely view. Probably should be quite happy with a par on that, especially in the wind. I think that's going to be a recurring theme. 2 under front nine. playing with the wind again. A shorter par 5. It looks like a kind of lion's mouth thing on the go. Um, not not super like uh, faithful to the template, um, but possibly kind of inspired by it. Just looking at some of the views, I think he's done an absolutely cracking job. Oh, another terrible drive, which may well play into my favour here in kind of forcing me to not go for this. Probably quite a tough green to stick, coming with the wind slightly up the hill to a green that kicks away from us. If I'm being hypercritical as well, this bunker shape kind of feels not in keeping, or these three as a collective kind of feel not in keeping with what I've seen on the rest of the course so far. With those big kind of sandbelty style. Let's have a look at an example. We've got more of these kind of fingers, uh, kind of breaking the bunkers up, especially on the bigger ones. Maybe, just this kind of longish, skinny one feels a little bit out of place, um, compared to what we've been seeing on the rest of the course. But maybe a chance to run this ball up off the slope a bit if I can hit a shot. Ah, shouldn't have criticised the bunker, should I? That's retribution, I think, from the course. And now a tough bunker shot to a green that runs away from us. You're fine having a tough green on a shorter par 5 because to hit it in 2, you should be requiring kind of 2 fantastic shots, and I've hit 2 pretty poor shots. So fitting that I've got a real tough up and down or tough kind of shot ahead of me. I couldn't have played that. I couldn't have envisioned that any better. That's not entirely how I thought it was going to go. But for that to just trickle down and stop there is far better than I could have expected. I'm worried that I'm going to have a long stretch into the wind to finish this round because I feel like I played downwind a lot. This is a little more subtle grain. Possibly got a bit of a tricky pin. One of the trickier pins on the hole, flirting with this slope. But at least I've got the wind at my back again. If I'm not sure I'd really play out this way. I'm not sure if that's meant to be an option because these 2 bunkers are squeezing us quite tight. But we're just as tight this way, and we get a shorter shot, maybe a slightly better angle in from wider. But hopefully, with the wind at my back, I can hit a decent drive for a change. Yeah, that'll do. And then it's gone far enough that this is gonna sort of act as a bit of a backstop as well. Maybe a chance to get close. Yeah. Bit of a snaky putt. No problem. Yeah, so we're turning around into the wind. Massive false front. The bunker's kind of not too much in play. So the big defence of the hole is this false front. Probably maybe just loft up a 6-iron a little bit and try and hold it in the wind. This is a lovely view down the coast. I'm assuming that's kind of the rest of the back line ahead of us. And if that lands soft, yeah, centre of the green. And a chance for birdie. Again, same as the other par threes, really. Par is probably a pretty good score. It's going to take some good golf to go low around here. Right, with this mound, we want to be coming in. With this mound, we want to be coming in with probably as short a club as possible to target this landing area. I like how this is just an extension of this mounding, very natural. Kind of got a natural beach in front of the green as well, protecting, uh, maybe protecting the front pins. Not so much. I don't imagine many people are really using this bit in the game, possibly in real life. We kind of have a layup area where the more aggressive you get, the better angle you get in, not blinded by this mound. This would be quite a fun hole to play in real life. It doesn't come into it so much in the game. Maybe do we have? Don't really have a more forward tee either. So, but a nice touch that's there adds some realism to the layout. Say that and then nearly end up bombing my drive down into it again. So luckily, yeah, got the short enough club to be able to kind of attack this. Landing over that mound is kind of going to be a key feature. Might be able to use this as a bit of a backstop again. Not perfect, but got away with it. Poor putt. We seem to have got a great deal of coast. Just keeps coming. Another mid-length par four. Let's have a quick look at the scorecard. Um, and distances. We're playing off the blue tees. We've had quite a lot of kind of between 400 or between 420 and 430 yard par fours. Are we playing off the blue tees or the white tees? Blues. What are we on? We're on 14. Yeah, you see, a couple of three similar par fours in four holes. Don't really have like a killer long par four. A lot of our distance is coming in from the par fives, nearly 600, and again, shorter side there. But the green tees look like they might have a bit more variety to the yardage. We come down to 375 here. Um, maybe drivable third hole. Has felt a little bit like we played a lot of 400-ish yard par fours. Would be my only criticism. But we've got like all the room in the world to bail out right. But the more aggressive we get taking on this bunker, and potentially if we hit a really bad one on the water, the shorter shot we get in. So kind of the epitome of strategic golf. Pick your poison. How much do you want to bite off? Lovely looking drive. Probably stop here for a bite to eat or something. Uh, take a couple of pictures on your way around, and miss that bunker. Maybe a slightly more forgiving pin position than we've seen so far as well. Kind of at the bottom of a bowl. Really liking that sand dune over the back of the green. Yeah, using the contours. It wasn't my wasn't my strategy from the outset, but I knew that that was kind of a way to forgive a less than perfect shot. So that can be quite fun to mix up a bit of a variety of difficulties. Here we have a nice short par three to a tiny green. Really nice spot for it. What's this little structure in the background? Just a shelter. Nice. Really good attention to detail. Um, I think that's another gorgeous view, a real strong point on this course. Um, the golf has been good, but the visuals have been next level. Not the best swing, but got away with that. Um, tough little breaker from 7 feet. Yeah, tiny green, but so if you hit it, you're going to be close to the pin. Nice hole. Now we've got a longer par four. Uh, probably, yeah, definitely even longer if the pin's at the back. Quite a lot of the green is pretty much unpinnable, um, but it does kind of provide us an opportunity to punch bowl style green, um, to get a more favourable result from a less than perfect shot. Bit of a hog's back on the go in the middle as well, so we want to hit the left side of it by the looks of things to avoid coming in over this bunker. Um, into the wind, I'm going to have a long approach. Get a good bounce. Yeah, feeds around nicely. Not that long, only a 7 iron maybe. Slightly uphill. Move the cursor out of the way. Well, I've definitely got a bit more dialed in as the round's gone on. Getting used to the higher wind. Um, can't putt though. Massively overread that. So par. Yeah, I thought that we might have a stretch of holes playing into the wind to finish. No, most days this is going to be drivable. I feel like we're probably playing in the kind of opposite to the prevailing wind as well. Probably would be coming in off the coast, but we're playing into it, which would mean that we have a long stretch of holes into the wind to start the round rather than coming home. Um, can I get home or do I lay up? Maybe we'd like to see a little bit more room for the layup because where we're getting back into a safe shot, it's probably a bit too far laid back. Same as I said on the previous short par four, don't have a lot of reason not to go for it because I still probably rate my chances of making a score out of this bunker as much as I would rate from in the middle of the fairway back here, especially with a tougher pin position again, protected by this mound, running away off the back. So I'm going to bomb one away and see where it ends up. Or we're going to miss hit it again, horribly. At least I suppose that tests how the hole is going to play with the layup, unintentionally perhaps. Nice skyline green shot. Not the best approach. It's a decent example of a short par four though, because I should make par. Oh no, I'm trying to putt for a change. I was going to say I should make par, but I almost feel like I've dropped a shot to the field, on a short par four. And then we have another mid-length par four to finish. Trying to work out what the play is here. Another lovely view. Um, we're gonna have to hit a good approach shot. We're gonna have a tough 18th hole, which is absolutely fine. Generally think that the 18th hole should be a tough one, uh, as shown in the previous video. Having to try and make a score, especially if you put yourself in a good position and you just need a par, um, can be a fun challenge. Or if you're trying to make birdie, but you've got to really hit a couple of good shots for that. But that pin kind of again in the bottom of the bowl, nice and accessible, and a chance to make a good birdie to finish. Hey, so good round. Pulled it back together. Wasn't the best of starts, but got used to the wind. Um, really nice course. Really enjoyed that. Didn't really take a look at the clubhouse today. Probably should have done. But lovely looking course. Like I said, visuals a real strong point. But the golf was solid is an understatement. Really enjoyed it. Not sure, not sure how much lower I could have gone, if I'm honest. There's a good amount of difficulty in that. And we finished with 16 and 18 at the two hardest holes on the back nine. But I didn't drive particularly well. Walked away with 8 under, so maybe my assertion that we possibly hadn't quite nailed the CC difficulty might not have been true. Because if I'd have driven better, might have been a couple of more shots to be had out there. But anyway, thanks very much for the round. Really enjoyed that course, and best of luck in the contest. I hope to see more from you, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll be back for more. Thanks.